state. I longed to find a brighter place, somewhere full of love and grace. I dream of fields with a cool ocean breeze, a home for my own family. When I got my wish, I pinched myself to make sure this home was real. They sent for a boy, but then I was a girl. My dreaming had just let me down again. If I came as a queen with long ebony hair, then maybe they'd feel I was worth it for them. I'm a good worker in spite of my talking. I've longed to belong here for all of my life. Don't send me away without seeing what I see. Everything I touch is full of delights. I'll do my best to not let you down. I can imagine a world full of joy. Just give me your hand and I'll teach you to hope. You'll find that I've something worthwhile. Just let me stay here and I'll love you forever. I promise a life full of smiles.
I can hardly wait to read it.
Finally, E.J. Lark's latest book! And I'm the first to own a copy. The Great North chronicles Martin Frobisher's heroic adventures as he valiantly strives to find the Northwest Passage. How thrilling!
Yeah. How treacherous.
How cold! You two lack heroic spirit. Oh, I loved his book where John Cabot landed in Newfoundland.
My favorite was the story of Captain Cook, discovering New Zealand.
What about Magellan sailing round the world? Or Cartier charting the St. Lawrence River? Or Columbus landing in the Bahamas? Or Dr. Livingston exploring Africa? I suppose all E.J. Lark's books are my favorite. His latest will be the best yet.
I wonder what he's like.
Like his heroes, of course. Courageous and gallant and oh so debonair. Unlike some people. Don't you wish you could meet him? We can.
We can?
E.J. Lark.
What?
Is coming.
Where?
To Avonlea.
Here?
Tomorrow. Why would the gallant and debonair E.J. Lark come to little old Avonlea? Well, he's on a whistle-stop tour to promote his new book. You mean we can meet the author?
And get our book signed?
Except that's my book, Perry.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's get our own.
We'll show E.J. Lark around Avonlea and become bosom friends. He'll probably dedicate his next book to me. For Anne Shirley, who follows in my footsteps. Anne, Mr. Lark will be back on his train as soon as the conductor blows his whistle. He won't even leave the platform. Then, Diana, we have to come up with a plan to keep Mr. Lark in Avonlea longer. Ahoy! We could hide his luggage. Arr! He won't bring it off the train. How about we put a boulder on the tracks? Ahoy! Too dangerous. I know! We could entice him with Marilla's baking. Then he'll just take a slice of pie on the train with him. How can we keep our treasured novelist in Avonlea? If we only had experience with heroes. If there were heroes in Avonlea, then I'd know who to talk about at Heritage Night. Oh, that's soon. Who are you honoring? Oh, Diana, I'm a desert of inspiration. If I could just talk with the heroic E.J. Lark, I'm sure he'd give me an idea.
Ahoy, mates!
Matthew, we are in the most hopeless of quandaries.
Well, now, if this fella's books are about explorers, he might enjoy a trip to the cliffs of Avonlea.
What's interesting about the cliffs of Avonlea?
The Black Rocks of Avonlea Bay? Well, that's where the good ship Antonia was dashed to pieces in a storm many years ago.
Now that would interest him. interest him. It's just the thing to inspire his next book. Think of it. Avonlea immortalized forever in a work of enduring literature.
You think so?
We're going to need your help tomorrow, Mr. Cuthbert.
Me?
So, you know the plan?
I drive past the station when I come back from the horse auction.
And Matthew, I implore you, don't be late. We need you there if he agrees to go sightseeing.
I'll be on time. Good luck, girls.
You too. Come on.
Oh, he's coming! He's coming!
A photo with my swashbuckling hero. E.J. Lark is hardly a common swashbuckler. He's gallant and debonair.
Say, does anybody know what E.J. Lark looks like?
I guess not. Who cares? He's here. Oh, the anticipation is killing me.
Oh! Well, they aren't E.J. Lark.
Where is he? Excuse me, ma'am. Could you tell me if the gallant and debonair E.J. Lark is traveling on this train?
I should think so.
What a relief. I was afraid he'd overlooked our little town. Well, where is he?
Actually, I am E.J. Lark.
You? Nobody wants their picture with her. She's nothing like the hero she writes about. Oh, she signed all my books. She was telling me about the most amazing challenges she's overcome, and I'm not interested. She's a far cry from the gallant and debonair author I expected. Uh-oh.
Right on time. A sightseeing ride for the woman.
I told Miss Lark about the Avonlea cliffs. She'd love to come.
Oh, well, now, you see, I didn't know I'd be driving a woman around.
Oh, but she's very nice.
Here's my luggage. I've decided to spend some extra time in this charming town. E.J. Lark.
This is Anne and her guardian, Matthew Cuthbert.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, shall we?
Well, here you go, Mr. Ma'am. Ma'am, miss.
Oh, dear.
This is terrible.
I certainly can't see the Avonlea cliffs now.
Take your glasses to Dr. Sung. He can make new lenses by tomorrow. Miss Lark, you'll have to stay in Avonlea. Overnight.
I suppose I will. Mr. Cuthbert, would you show me to a guest house?
Dear, monsieur.
Oh, Anne, isn't this the best of luck? My heart is heavy with disappointment, Marilla. I had thought I'd find a hero in E.J. Lark, but I was sorely mistaken.
She's certainly entranced my brother. Matthew Cuthbert, I dare say this is the first time you've ever been late for the milking.
Well, now, Marilla, she needed an escort through town. Her glasses were broken.
You never say peep to a woman.
Say, Anne, would you lend me one of Miss Lark's novels?
Matthew. If I didn't know you better, I'd say you were smitten.
Oh, no, it's purely
A literary interest.
Exactly.
Matthew, as far as I'm concerned, you can have your pick.
A literary interest, Marilla?
I have nothing to read. I suppose there is E.J. Lark's latest book. The writer may not be especially heroic, but I might be able to force my eyes to read this. Martin Frobisher was on his first voyage through the harsh Arctic waters surrounding the North Pole. He was in search of the impossible, A route through to Asia. It seemed all hope was lost for crew and ship when Frobisher's trusty first mate brought even worse news.
Mutiny, sir! Galway is turning the crew against you.
Against me? The great Martin Frobisher?
Afraid so, sir. He says you don't have what it takes to find the Northwest Passage.
The insubordinate rogue. He'll walk the plank for that.
Captain, as your navigator, I'd advise against it.
Then I'll confront him myself.
I say we dump the captain.
Say that to my face, you lily-livered jellyfish.
Me? You're the most unheroic sailor I know. You think you'll lead us through these waters?
I will.
Look at her. A spindly stick of a sailor, nothing more.
Being a hero takes more than looks, Galway.
'Tis it? Oh, yeah? Well, what does it take?
We struck on an iceberg.
Now you tell us.
Abandoned ship! Abandoned ship or sinking!
No need to panic. This takes some creative thinking. First mate,
Aye, aye, sir.
where are we going a safe speed?
Yes, Captain.
All's well down below, sir.
Dunna believe her! We're sinking!
The problem, Captain, is that the wind is pushing us against the iceberg. We're stuck to it.
Jump! It's your last chance!
Drop the sails.
Drop the sails! You crazy?
I know the winds at this latitude. We drop sail, and when the winds shift, I'll give the call.
And we sail backwards?
Precisely.
You heard your captain. Drop sail!
Ahoy! Not a breath of air.
It'll never work!
Now!
Ha! It worked!
Dunna believe it! Jump! Jump now! Ah, oof. Forgive me, Captain. I misjudged your heroic capacity.
Appearances aren't everything, Galway.
I'll say, a cool head and a good dose of ingenuity makes a hero more than broad shoulders ever did.
You're forgiven, Galway. This time. We have a much more important mission ahead of us. Find the Northwest Passage. What an enthralling first chapter. Poor Captain Frobisher was sorely misjudged, all because he didn't look the part of a heroic explorer. Miss Lark may not look like my idea of a dashing novelist, but she has the imagination to write great books. I guess I jumped ship on her. Tomorrow I will uncover the heroism of Miss Lark. There, that ought to do the trick. Now that I look like Miss Lark, I can show her my own heroic capacity. I'm heading out to find Miss Lark. I'll be back later.
What was that?
Nothing. I'm fine.
Well, of all things.
Huh?
What's that girl up to now?
I'm certainly turning heads. Now I only have to get the attention and admiration of... Huh?
Thank you, Dr. Sung. Oh, my glasses!
Got them.
What a place.
Oh, Miss Lark, I had hoped to make a good impression, and I've only created a tragedy.
Oh, I've written many a tragedy, and this is far from one.
Oh, I wasted my golden opportunity yesterday and so wanted to show you my own heroic capabilities.
A scarf doesn't make me a writer, Anne.
You're right. What was I thinking? I'm such a fool.
I do have some time before my train comes. Do you want to show me the cliffs of Avonlea?
Do I? Miss Lark, I'm about to inspire your next novel. Tell me everything about your childhood.
My childhood?
So I can follow in your footsteps.
Why would you want to do that?
That way, when I grow up, I'll be a writer too.
It was hardly an auspicious upbringing. I was an orphan.
Orphan?
Never knew my mother and father. And what's worse, I didn't learn how to read until I was 12.
I don't believe it.
It may not sound like much, but
Oh, Miss Lark, it does. You see, I too am an orphan.
that's a story we have in common.
Here is where the defenseless galleon was dashed to pieces against the merciless rocks.
Nicely put.
Imagine the sailors' terror as they plunged into the frigid waters. Ah!
Did they perish?
Alas, nothing quite so exciting. The fishermen of Avonlea rowed out to rescue them before they drowned.
That's an even better story.
You think so?
Sure. Those fishermen were the real heroes.
I guess they were. So, will you write the story?
Perhaps someone else should tell it.
But who else could capture the excitement, the drama, the tragical outcome so narrowly averted? Me?
Why not?
I wouldn't know how to start.
You could start by honoring those heroes at your heritage presentation tonight.
Miss Lark, may I see you to the station?
Why, Mr. Cuthbert, how gallant and debonair of you.
Matthew? Gallant? Debonair?
No. Hop on, ladies.
I'm staying to soak up some inspiration.
So, I've been reading your books.
Ooh.
Now, how do I tell the story? It must have been horrible. The sails torn and knocked into the water. Sails, the water. That's it! Thanks for loaning me this fabric, Mr. Lawson. I'll have it back tomorrow, as good as new.
Thanks so much for showing me around Avonlea.
The pleasure was mine, Miss Lark.
Picture for the newspaper, Miss Lark?
Oh, dear.
Hold that train! Phew, I'm glad I made it in time.
The cliffs were lovely, Anne.
Thanks to you, I saw that place with new eyes. I made it for you, a token of my eternal gratitude for changing my life forever.
Oh, thank you, Anne.
All aboard!
Goodbye.
And now I've got work to do. Meet you at the barn.
Anne?
Nope.
Well, for the love of Pete, what are you barging in here for?
Oh, you're getting pails. It's milking time.
It's past milking time. I'm glad our visiting authoress is on to the next town. This farm can't handle any more distractions.
I have to go practice in the barn.
Anne, careful. You're going to ruin Mr. Lawson's fabric.
Marilla, I'm racing like the wind. The fabric will never touch the ground. Ta-ta!
I think I'd better give her a hand.
Matthew, I need to fix this cake for tonight.
What's to fix? Here it comes.
Wonderful! Now, if you shake it and I cinch it in like so...
It looks like a billowing sail.
Here goes. On that dreadful day, the ill-fated Antonia battled a fierce storm. The sails rattled, the mast quaked, and the eyes of each sailor were on the most awful sight ahead of them. The black rocks of Avonlea Bay. The ship was heading straight for them.
Rock, rock. Rock, 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 rock.
Each man said his prayers and prepared to plunge into the icy ocean depths. And their prayers were answered. The watchful Avonlea citizens, determined to save those wretched sailors, rowed their boats out through the merciless waters. Though the waves nearly capsized those small boats, our forefathers, and foremothers too, kept rowing. With only little boats and courage, they saved each and every sailor. So, on that dark and desperate night, the settlers of Avonlea used their ingenuity and imagination. They were just like you and me, but they were also true heroes.
What's that?
You're my hero, Matthew.
An excellent opening to Heritage Night, Anne.
I had no idea what heroic stock Avonlea comes from.
Neither did I, until E.J. Lark showed me that heroes are heroes because of their bravery and imagination, not because of what they look like.
My grandfather was one of those heroic rescuers.
So was my grandmother.
Look at old Mr. Crookshank telling everyone how he rescued the sailors.
It's like he's a young man again.
Would you like more punch, Anne?
No, thank you. I hate to leave a party, but Matthew and I have urgent business back at Green Gables.
Why, whatever's the matter?
I don't know about Matthew, but I've left Captain Frobisher in the middle of the Arctic.